We are out here live from the great New York City snow Armageddon of 2024. As you can see, some of us are in the studio, some of us are remote, but we are all in New York. There's been a massive snowstorm. What better time to do a podcast? So anyway, we're joined today by the greatest stylist in WNBA history, one of the greatest athlete stylists out there right now. What's going on, Sydney?
Hi, Ian. What's going on with you?
Sydney.
You, my girl Sway, what's up with you? I woke up this morning and it was really blizzarding. I couldn't even, when I looked outside, you couldn't even see anything but just white. I was like, Lord, I don't even think my flight's gonna get out of here today.
Right.
Just craziness. But how y'all doing?
Good. And speaking of flights, you're like, I don't think anyone actually knows where you live. You're always just in a different hotel. You're in a hotel right now. Like, you are like the modern nomad, except instead of like hunting and gathering, you're just gathering just swag for athletes across the country.
Literally just gathering with my two big freaking suitcases, and I always have a wheel that pops off. It's like I go through suitcases like a madman. But yeah, that's funny because everybody asked me like, where are you right now? Because I definitely was telling everybody that I was moving from LA to New York, and then I decided not to move to New York. So all my stuff is at my parents' house in Pittsburgh, and I'm not gonna tell you all the big plan, but I'm just stacking my bread and I'm, just traveling all over and getting work done. I feel like it's nice because I'm traveling so much right now that just being able to have a home base in Pittsburgh, at the crib, Iverson, my dog, can stay with my mom when I travel, and then I can just bounce around and not really have to worry about too much. So it's a good little plan for right now for sure.
That's fire.
So I do have a question. Like, as a nomad, you said you always got your two suitcases with you. You obviously always got a ton of clothes on you that you're picking up here and there. But what are your essentials that no matter if you're in Vegas, New York, LA, wherever, what do you always have on you? Whether it's for Sid the person, Sid the stylist, what do you always have on you?
Okay, so first thing, I always have my big ass jewelry box. It's huge, and I just have everything in there, just pieces for me, pieces for clients, girls, boys, doesn't matter, just fly shit that I could put on them and will finish a fit. So definitely my jewelry box. I'm looking at my suitcase right now. Two, I always have my iPad, my laptop, my just little office stuff because I'm always just working on the road, so I need to be able to just get my shit done. What else? Always a fly jacket. I'm a jacket girl, oversized jacket girl. So I'm gonna and I'm saying one, I probably already have two or three or maybe four on me. It just depends how much
Just
space.
4 oversized jackets, no big deal.
Four oversized, yeah, and I'm
Casual.
so disgusting in the airport. I'll have one stack, and I'll have one around my waist, and it's just so definitely some big jackets and cargos. You know what I always bring with me? Y'all are about to be weak because I definitely got this from the slam outfit. Let me not move anymore. But the True Religion big bag. So this is my cheat code for when I'm getting on and off the planes because my bags always seem to be over, right? So this is the best personal item, right? Because it is flexible and I can stack things, and it's the attendants are oh, it's too big, or I'm oh, okay, bet, and then I'll take everything out and put it in the box and then reshape it to the bag, and they can't ever say anything. So definitely the big True Religion bag that I got from League Fit's office. So yeah, definitely my big bag, some fly jackets, cargos, and my jewelry. I would say that's definitely my go-tos and definitely always with me.
I love that nothing was actually super practical. It was just all swag related.
Right.
Yeah, that's really it. There's not really any other reason to have things in that aren't going to be supporting the swag. It's just there's no reason for it for real.
I love that. Man, I wish I need everything. I need to have my lotions, my exfoliating
I
pads,
mean, yeah, I have things like that too, but it's yeah, that's how I am. I kind of just got on a skin tune skin, little regimens. So it's like, yeah, I bring that stuff with me, but not like this stuff seems to be always way more important because that's one thing too. I always seem to forget about myself always on trips too. Like I'll overpack for clients or I'll make sure I have things for my clients and then I'll get there. I'll be like, ooh, what am I gonna wear today? And so that's definitely like I'm trying to, I was just talking to Reno about this yesterday. He styles Coos and he was like, you need to plan your outfits out before, that would help. And I was like, you're right, I should definitely do that. So that's maybe something I can do moving forward.
Wait, Sid, are you a carry-on or a checked luggage girly?
Oh girl, both. Absolutely both. We're using like all options, like as many as you can. Like we love Southwest because of the 2 free bags. I'm like a little bit of a Delta snob. So I've been like on that wave, but we like Southwest too because of the 2 checked. Like that's a cheat code for sure. So yeah, like here I had two checked, a carry-on and a personal item. So yeah, we're just like unloading all the options, I guess. I've been on the road for so long. Like I went from LA to New York, then I'm gonna go to Indianapolis. So it's gonna end up being like 2.5 weeks or something on the road, like and it's not like it's just for me. Yeah, so it's like I gotta have my stuff with me.
That's fire. That's awesome.
I feel you. I know that struggle. Not intensely as you do. Like when I go on like my little styling trips, like they're like 3-4 days at a time. You're on like a different level with that.
No, it's not that I'm on a different level. It's just I think also because I'm a nomad right now. Like I'm like, I had like 2 free days in New York right now before I go to All Star. So it's like, okay, instead of going home, I'll just like stay here for 2 days and like shop and do, use my time wisely and then just go straight there instead of going home.
I love hearing shop and use my time wisely in the same sentence.
Well, yeah, like shop for clients, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. That is one thing about styling. Anytime you buy clothes, you can write that shit off on your taxes. That was like my big cheat code for 2023.
That's a hack.
Shout out Dave Montgomery, my tax guy. He's doing me real good. We don't gotta worry about that. Everybody needs him a Dave Montgomery. If y'all need his phone number, I'm gonna send it to him because he'll get you right for sure.
So usually it's I know a guy and it's like a promoter or something like that. But like these are the type of connections I'm trying to make in 2024. I know a guy and it's Dave the
Montgomery, the tax guy. Dave Montgomery, the tax guy. Everybody needs you one. If you don't have one, I'll send you his info. He'll send you some money. Yeah, like come on now,
so
come on now.
Wait, speaking of All-Star, Sid, you got to give us your League Fits All-Star ballot. The voting's going on.
Oh, okay.
So hold up, Sydney. Before you go, it's so East-West, 5 players, but it is separated by front court and back court. So 2 back court, 3 front court for each conference.
Oh Lord. Okay, let me just go look on Instagram real fast because I want to be able to tell you. Okay, so definitely without a doubt, obviously Shay, like that's just like kind of a given.
So Shay in the West. We'll start with the West.
Yeah. Okay. So West, help me out a little bit too, because my mind is just.
The West also has like Booker, Jordan Clarkson, Nickeil Alexander-Walker are guards in the West.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker, those 3.
No, you get 2. That's why it's tough. 2 guards. It's just like the real NBA All-Star.
You want to hear something? I love Jordan Clarkson. Like I love his aesthetic and I love his vibe. Like I like everything about him. But Nickeil Alexander really been putting it on. Like if I have to pick between the 2, ooh, that's really hard. Maybe Nickeil Alexander. I hate to go against Clarkson too, but I feel like he's been so intentional, like so overly intentional that I want to give it to him right now. Like it doesn't mean he's gonna win it, but for right now, yeah, like I might give it to him because
keep it in the family too.
Yeah, what are they, cousins? Brothers?
Cousins.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so definitely those 2 for the guards. And then let's go bigs.
In the West, you got like LeBron, Jeremy Grant, Dylan Brooks is out there now. Bol, of course.
Bol, we putting that shit on.
Here, I can pull up the ballot too.
I'm like looking at it real fast. I'm like looking at I hate going against Jordan Clarkson. That's making me sick.
I know, dude. The West is crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
it's stacked.
facts.
Carl Anthony Towns. Oh, Jalen Williams, Jared Vanderbilt, Lou Dort, PJ Tucker. West is crazy. But you get 3 at least for the front court to join Shea and Nikhil.
Yeah, I like those. Book, I like Book, but he's a
No,
guard
he's
still, so it doesn't
backcourt. He's
matter.
a
Yeah, let me get
guard.
off. Let me get off him. I don't know. I think LeBron really been putting that shit on. Like
Mm.
whoever
Mm-hmm.
his stylist is, like he's he just dresses like a grown man. Also, hold on. I just seen this picture of Jordan Clarkson. I want to revoke Nick Alexander and put Clarkson back.
Oh, is it the fit from last night where he's wearing the
Yeah,
Feng Chen
yeah,
Wang chucks?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That's the one. Ooh, shoot, that's the one that'll get me. Yeah. So let's revoke Nick Alexander and go back with Clarkson.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Okay.
add LeBron. Like I would like to add LeBron. Like I think he's really just been putting that shit on. Kuz is on the East, right? He's a big.
Yep,
Who's on
Kuz
the
the
East?
East. You got Vando, Bol, Lou Dort, even Kawhi, PJ Tucker, Aaron Gordon, Carl Anthony Towns.
Carl
Mhm.
Anthony Towns kind of been putting it on.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give him some love. Yeah, I'll give him some love. Let's
So
go
Cat and
LeBron
LeBron.
and for our bigs,
Yeah.
Okay.
And you get
and
one
then
more.
the other. Is it to be a big?
Yeah. It's 3 front court, 2 back court. That's how the NBA does it.
Mm-hmm.
Hate that. Um,
I know, because a lot of the guards are the flyest.
the guards are the flyest. Like it's easier to get fly as a guard
Of course.
than. I wish I had this ballot up for me right now.
Dude, Bol. It's right in front of you. Or Jalen Williams.
You're not gonna shove Bobo down my throat.
I totally
like
am. That's like my
you
life's
are.
mission.
You wanted
I'm
me to say it
literally
so bad.
like
I
the
don't think
only
I want
person on
to.
the planet whose
And
job
I like
is to
Bobo, but
force
like
Bobo content.
I don't think he's like I don't think he's top 5. I really don't. I hate
Really?
Ugh.
I what do you want me to
Okay.
do?
Like a dagger to my heart, Sydney.
Can you give me somebody else? Like is that where is this?
Jalen Williams, Lou Dort, PJ Tucker. Who else is in the West?
Let's do
Aaron
PJ Tucker.
Gordon,
I think
PJ
PJ
Tucker.
Tucker. Shout out Keisha. I know Keisha is his stylist.
Mhm.
Shout out Keisha McLeod. She's hard. I think that would be a good one because he's really been putting that shit on. Yeah, he comes in like always with some like super fresh stuff. Like he'll have some Marnie on. He'll have like the new LV. Like I like that.
Facts.
So the West is pretty stacked. You have Shea, Jordan Clarkson, LeBron, Cat, and PJ Tucker. It's funny you brought up LeBron's stylist. Like, I love that the fact that LeBron's stylist is, dude, like they're under like some kind of like clutch NDA. Like no one's ever gonna know LeBron's stylist.
Yeah,
Really?
I feel like nobody knows.
There's nobody on IG like posting LeBron's outfits and being like styled by me, but there obviously is one.
There has to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah,
Dude, I
yeah. I
asked
mean, not that
someone
it like
once at like someone that works at Clutch. I was like, "Who's styling LeBron these days?" And she was like, "Meh, can't tell you." Like it's really like that's really like an industry secret.
Oh,
that's funny. She knew to keep her mouth shut. Yeah, like I don't know who it is, but he looks good, and so does his wife. Savannah looks great.
yes.
Like
That's the
I
man
mean,
puts
and
that
I
shit
don't know
on.
that they have the same stylist, but even when the family steps out together, they're all
Yes.
together. And like, okay, so if I have to have a hunch, it would be that the same person is styling everybody. If I had
Yeah.
to like guess it, but like I don't know that for sure. But if I had to really guess, I would think that they all have the same one because they're all just like in sync, like just looking good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I do
What
have
if
a
it was
homie and he
Savannah? What
say
if
it
it was
again.
Savannah? What if Savannah was the visionary behind it?
Savannah definitely could be. Like I'm
Yeah.
not putting that past her at all. I think she's dope. I love her. Like I just think that she gets it and she understood the assignment and she eats it up. Every time she's in public, she eats it up. Like she always says the right thing, does the right thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's
Yeah.
like the perfect queen to his king. Like oh my gosh, I
Mm-hmm.
give her the most respect ever. So it really could be her. Like she's probably really busy, so it might not be her, but like
True.
it could be. Like
It's
if she
not
has
her.
like a why
It's not
why do
her.
you don't think it's her?
Well, she's getting styled too. Dude, being like a full-time mom and a full-time like business mogul and a full-time stylist,
No, you
that's a lot.
can. You
No,
totally
yeah, like
can.
it's
Okay,
probably tough.
maybe Savannah styles LeBron. Like, maybe you
You
guys
know
are
what?
right.
my homie Roger, he is like one of the hottest designers. Like he has the brand Keep Going Kit. I don't know if you've Ian, you might have heard of them. They sell
Yeah.
like some of their stuff at H. Lorenzo and stuff. But Roger, he's from Paris, and he's like one of my like super good friends, and he's super super talented. But he was over the last Paris Fashion Week, like what, a month ago, or not even 2 3 weeks ago now. He said that he did a fitting with Savannah's stylist. And I was like, oh, is it? But then he was like, no, they don't have the same. So my hunch was that they had the same one, and he was like, no, they don't have the same stylist.
They're working
And
together though.
they might be. So I think I'm gonna have to call Roger and get a little bit more information.
Yeah, uncover it, Sid. Uncover it.
The
And let us
big
know.
secret. And he's really, because people always try, like in the past years when we do like the League Fits Awards at the end of the year, everyone's like, put LeBron on it, put LeBron on it. I'm always like, I'm not putting LeBron on it just because he's LeBron. But like when I did my ballot for this year, I put LeBron on it. Like this is like the best dressed like season of LeBron's career. So
he just
Facts.
looks clean. Like he looks clean. He's giving like grown man. Like when I was styling Grant, like that was kind of the vibe. Like I was going for just like grown man. Like I mean, obviously he's like 38, 39. Like you're not gonna put him in like streetwear, like little swag. No, like that's not him. That's a grown man. Like you're gonna put him and he's gonna look like money every time he like walks. You know what I'm saying? And whoever's doing it is just like. Yes,
the
like
best suits.
Everything's always tapered correctly. Like
Facts.
the LV, I don't know if he has a brand deal with LV, but like he always has like the perfect like LV accessories. I'm just like, yes, like he gets it. Everything is just like 10 out of 10.
Now we'll move over to the East. I think the West is like a slightly stronger conference, but we'll go over to the East, which definitely still has some ringers. In the backcourt, I'll just give you some names: Jordan Poole, Tyrese Halliburton, Bruce Brown, Terry Rozier, Buddy Hield, Harrow, Gary Trent, Campaign. I think the big name there is obviously Tyrese, though. What do you think?
Yeah, Tyrese. He's been really intentional. Like I like intentionality. Like there's two different looks. Like Jordan Poole is like he's one of those guys that are like effortlessly fly. Like he just putting whatever on and it just looks good. Like I can't cap. Like it just does. Like he'll come in some sweats and an oversized Carhartt jacket with a hoodie and like some slides, and it just like looks great, But I don't know if I want to put him in the top 5. Like I would definitely go Halliburton. I would definitely go Kuz.
Kuz is front court.
Yeah, Kuz is front
court.
You
can go out of order a little bit. I can give you some more names in the front court too. You got like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, both guys on the Celtics. Kelly Oubre, Thanasis, Miles Turner, Nick Claxton, Torrey Craig.
Ooh. But there's some really good ones in here. You actually said some really good ones. I'm like looking through League Fits right now. Maybe sorry, I'm like taking forever. I kind of like. I'm looking at the Bobo. I don't know. I kind of fuck with Terry Rozier.
Dude, I love Terry Rozier. Legend. Terry Rozier was on my ballot too.
Yeah, like I've been peeping what he's been putting on. I'm like, okay. So at Terry Rozier, and there's little scary Terry.
Yeah, you got a Tyrese Terry backcourt.
Yeah. And then like the thing is Gary Trent Jr. too. He could really put that shit on, but he don't go all out for the games. I feel like he just be playing a little bit. Jaylen Brown seems to be. I like Jaylen Brown. He has his own little vibe to him.
Facts.
Who's Jaylen Brown? How about I feel like Miles Turner just really be doing it.
Yeah, he's kind of gone into like his like preppy cowboy swag a little bit this year.
Yeah, like he's a big boy doing this. Yeah. Let's definitely do Miles Turner.
Okay. So for the West, you had Shea, Jordan Clarkson, LeBron, Kat, and PJ Tucker. And then for the East, you got Tyrese, Terry, Jaylen, Kuz, and Miles.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, sounds
okay,
right.
I'm with it.
It sounds about right. But like these aren't final. And like I wish that I had time to like really like sit there and like go through looks fully. Because I'm obviously super tapped in, but I don't get to see everything, like I want to see the nitty gritty, I want to see the nitty gritty. So yeah, but I feel like that's a pretty solid list for sure. And I think these big boys have really been starting to put stuff on lately. Like that's it. Like the big boys never used to put it on, and now they are, and I like that. I love to see
I think more clothes are being made for them.
That's it. That's definitely it. Like when I walked into Ace Lorenzo last week, I was like, damn, everything's huge in here. Like, and which was, I think they obviously like got the memo. Like 90% of the people buying the clothes are pro athletes that are big as shit, you know? So, as they should make it big. But yeah, like, I feel like all these brands are like, all right, we're going to double XL it, 38 waist, like, whatever the case may be. Like, let's just like include our big boys,
Mm-hmm.
But do you guys think that's also because like oversized is in?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. Oversized is definitely in. Oversized is you know me. I'm an oversized queen. Like I'm like large me up. But like everyone's like smalls. I'm like large, top and bottom. Like meanwhile, like 120 pounds wet.
I feel you.
So
I wear
like,
2X.
I feel you.
It's like, I know you relate, freaking Ian. But yeah, definitely because oversized is in too. But no, like I think it's definitely because these pro athletes, like these big high-end stores, I think they got the memo. Like the ones that are selling the clothes, like these pieces that normal people can't buy these clothes. They're expensive. Like it's like 1,500 bands for a jacket. Like no normal person is buying those. People that are buying them are athletes. So yeah, that's just like my little observation for sure.
I think we should talk about like why you're in New York. You're here, for Fashion Week. You're bringing some girls around. And obviously, like, I mean, basketball players, period, going to Fashion Week is, like, relatively new. That wasn't a thing until, like, the 2010s. But then I guess, like, this year, and you correct me if I'm wrong, was, like, the first year that, like, WNBA players were, like, really participating in shows. And you were, like, a massive, massive part of that. And like I've talked to like Dwayne Wade's stylist in the past about how like she first started getting Dwayne to be like the first guy to go to shows. I guess like what was the process of like getting these girls, introducing them to these brands? Like anyway, what's like the 101 to getting these WNBA players involved in Fashion Week, which you've kind of pioneered?
Yeah, walk us through it.
Definitely didn't pioneer it, but I appreciate y'all saying that. It was I feel like I learned so much with this process, and it was very interesting. So first off, I do want to say that I brought in Kirsten Chen. She is a writer for the WNBA, and she's so engulfed in the fashion space. So she's, I came to her with this idea maybe like midway through last summer. And my thought was to get these girls I wanted to get these girls in Fashion Week, but the times are interesting. Like last year was fall, September, that was like on the cusp of WNBA playoffs, of when the playoffs were started. So that was kind of a difficult time. And so, basically what we did, it was trying to figure out like, okay, what's the best way to like get the support? What's the best way to like give these girls like the best like overall experience? So her name's Tish. She works for the WNBA. And, I met her, doing whatever. It keeps going in and out. Sorry. I met her I forget even how I met Tish. But, like I came to her with this idea, like, hey, Tish, like, here's the plan. Like, I think it would be really dope to, get these girls involved with, New York Fashion Week. Let's do the whole 9. Let's get them VIP seated. Let's get them dressed. Let's get them potentially, like, to walk. Like, let's do this. Let's get really great content and, like, see how it goes. So yeah, like last year we were going to go for, and then the timing just didn't work out. It was, budget wise, and between the end of the year with the playoffs, it was too quick and we didn't have the time. So we had to like kind of just, put it on the side for the following year. So then Tish hit me up in December and was like, yo, we're, putting budget together. Like, let's roll. Like, you still want to do this? I was like, hell yeah. Like, let's run it for show. So, that's kind of how what me and Kirsten did. And so I won't even lie. Kirsten is so tapped in with all the like, fashion PR houses in New York. Like shout out Giacon PR agency. They like helped us so much with just like getting placements and shows and stuff like that. But yeah, it was just like a ton of outreach to like high-end fashion brands, which like, I don't really have any of those connects. I have so many brands. Like I feel like I'm connected with damn near everybody, but these brands, I feel like like the Tommy Hilfiger and Luar and, like things like that. Like I didn't have their information. You know what I'm saying? So that was just like, okay, let's use our connects. Let's use, our resources and get in touch with these either PR agencies or get in touch with these brands and their VIP holders. So that's kind of what we did. We started doing outreach, maybe a month or so ago. And then, it was just kind of, filling that up and trying to, put them in a schedule with brands that made sense, not just for obviously the brands, but we wanted them to make sense for the girls as well. Like we wanted it to like do a certain niche. We wanted them to match the aesthetic. We wanted it to be a brand that like not only the players of the WNBA, but like the audience could also be like, oh, like, we wanted it just to make sense on all angles. So that's kind of what we did. We, did a lot of outreach, got them, with shows. And then, like with the help of the WNBA, they helped get the girls here. It was Shakira Austin and Isabelle Harrison. Those were the two girls that we did this fashion week with. It's also during the time of USA trials, like USA's overseas and they're, so like, Kelsey and, maybe Enrique and some of like the bigger girls, not that these girls aren't big, but those girls are overseas. So this worked out like so perfect. And like that's kind of just what we did. So we got Shakira, we got Izzy, and we got them here. And then we just started like taking them to shows and like, just getting all the good content and getting all the, getting their toes wet and just doing everything. We dressed them. On Friday, we went to the Kim Shuey show and Kalina Strada show. They got dressed for both of them. Both designers put them in their pieces. And obviously, like, we got accessories and, like, continue to style them off the piece that they gave us. But those two shows were just, like, unbelievable. And, to be honest with you, this was my first fashion week. I never even been to a fashion show, like, prior to this year. So it was just like an experience for me as well. Like the Kalina Strada show was my first show that I've ever been to. So it was just like a dope experience. Like on Friday we went to that, and then seeing Ian, my guy John at BLKPR, he hosted a dinner with Boohoo Man. So we went there and like had a really great dinner and got photos and like had a few drinks just like to finish the evening off. And then Saturday we went to the Dauphinette show. And then we went to the Kid Super Gala, which was so dope. Like I'm a huge Kid Super. I love Kid Super. Obviously, like I feel like
crazy.
Yeah, like love him. Okay, it was also crazy. Y'all are about to be weak. So, well, first off, they dressed Shakira, and I'll show you guys photos. I'll share you guys photos and stuff. Like the girls ate. It was like Izzy and Shakira ate. Like when I show you these, like, you're just gonna be like, damn, like the girls just did what they needed to do. Izzy's sister, Dory, she ate on the makeup. Like she did both the girls' makeup all weekend and just killed it. But so we go to this Kid Super Gala, right? First off, they like looked, red carpet, everything was amazing, 10 out of 10. Net Comb, the designer, he like came up to us, like introduced us, like it was just a really cool moment. Then, are you ready for this? I like walk away for a second. I like look down and Kirsten is like blowing me up, right? She's like, you need to get upstairs now. And I'm like, what's going on? I walk upstairs to Isabelle Harrison being a video vixen in a Jim Jones music video. In the top private studio at Kid Super Studio. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like when I show y'all this content, I was like, you're lying. No, it was like funny but crazy. Like what? Like how did that happen? Like I take my eyes off y'all for 1 second and y'all are Izzy, you in a Jim Jones music video. Like he dead ass had Izzy in just Shakira. And like he had like Izzy, like being like a little like sexy and like and like in the background of one, and then we had like Shakira on the other, like in her like little pantsuit, like showing a little bit of chest. Like yes, my girls. Like it was so like it was dope. Like it was funny and dope and like just perfect. Like what? Like of course that happened. And he was super like Jim Jones was like he gave like hella love. He was like, I thought y'all were models. And like when we told him like nah, they're WNBA players. He was geeked. Like he was like, what? Like I go to a bunch of the games, yada yada yada. Like I want to tap in with you too, blah blah blah. So that was a really cool, just like random moment that happened. But yeah, we ended up being upstairs for like an hour filming this like part of this music video with Jim Jones. So yeah, I did that Saturday, like all good and all good vibes. And then on Sunday we rounded all up with we had Agani and Majuri, the jewelry brand. they had like a collab, and they invited Shakira, and they dressed her for that as well. And it was just like super like cool vibes, just like very chic, very like high class, cocktail hour, like good vibes. And then, one more thing that we did was Jumpman. They have this collection. I don't know if it's fully gonna release now, but it's called their Wings collection. And I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's like a super luxe, like very luxe, different price point than like anything like Jordan has really created. That's actually what this jacket is.
That's so fire.
It's so fire. And so we put Isabelle in a full Jordan Luxe look. And I could like, these looks were so crazy. Like I kind of want to find it for you now, but she's the first one to be in this look. It's like unreleased. I don't know even if anybody's ever gonna really be in it. They're giving like some few pieces out, but I don't even think it's ever gonna like be for sale anymore. Anything like that. I'm trying to find you this look though. But yeah, Izzy just looked so good in this look. Like it was just like, damn, like it just gave everything like what it was supposed to give here. Like let me like, it was the,
oh my god, that's so fire.
Wow.
Yeah, like I can like show y'all details too, like
giving.
She just ate, like she just eats. And like it was perfect for this like the Dauphinette show, which is like very like bows and like frilly dresses and like things like that. And like the bows on the side, let me see if I can show y'all, like the bows on the side and stuff. Like it was
oh
just
my god,
like,
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, like it was just the vibe. Like we had like a necklace, like we had a necklace piece that like just kind of fit like so perfect underneath. Like you could see everything was just like, it worked out so well, and it was just so the girls ate, and it was so exciting. Yeah, like I couldn't have been happy with how everything was, for real.
That's so far. Wait, Sid, that's so full circle, because I think our first time meeting or working together was last summer when we went on the Jumpman shoot.
It was, which is crazy that was our first time meeting, and I feel like I've known you for like a million years now, and that like it hasn't even been a year ago, so that's sick. But yeah, like shout out Jumpman. Like Jumpman's always coming through. Samantha Baker, who works for Jordan, she hit me. She kind of caught wind of what we were doing, and she was like, "Yo, girl, you gotta get Izzy in these new like Jordan Wings, like luxe pieces." And I was like, "Hell yeah, like let's run it." So this is like a dope opportunity that they gave us, and Izzy eats, like she eats every single time, no crumbs.
She's so fly.
Yeah, she is. And then this collection was just it was so cool. Like regardless if it releases or not, I loved everything that they were dropping, and it was really cool that they allowed us to like get this moment off.
That's awesome. Wait, was it Izzy and Shakira's first New York Fashion Week too?
Shakira's, yes. So
gotcha.
Izzy walked a Kim Shui show 2 years ago. And she has a really good relationship with Kim. So it was like a really dope moment too. Like after the show, we were like downstairs, just Kim, like she just had this unbelievable show. It was like, it was amazing. I can't, like, it was my first show. Like I said, it was one of my first shows, like I said, but everything was just gorgeous. Her pieces, like the jackets and the trenches and the furs and the ankle, like it was all just dope. But Kim and Izzy have like a really good relationship. I didn't know this. Izzy just kind of shared this with me. I don't know if you remember that one look that Izzy did maybe a year or two ago. It was the black tight dress with the Jordan with the red.
Yes.
It went viral.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yep. So that was a Kim Shui piece. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Really?
Yes. So I guess Kim made her a few pieces. Yes. And that was a Kim Shui piece. I had no clue. Literally until she told me, like in the black truck after the show. So yeah, it was cool just to like, see her and Kim like interact with one another, and like they just have like such a good relationship. Kim let her keep like the pieces that we put her in. She was like, "Girl, it looks good on you, keep it." And it was dope. Yeah. So Izzy walked in a show 2 years ago, but then it was Shakira's first time. So yeah, it was cool. Wow. Like to kind of go through that with them. And like I said, just get like their toes wet. It wasn't, we didn't have this like insane, it wasn't like we had 2-3 events every day. But I thought that it was a perfect, like just introduction into, this space 1 and 2. Like, I think it was a good introduction for the fashion space to get, these basketball girls, because something that I realized and that I'm, a little bit ignorant to the fact is that I don't have fashion background. I'm a hooper girl, that just like was kind of fly. These, people that have like deep backgrounds in fashion and like all this experience styling and assisting and things like that, or just being in the space, they really don't get it. They don't get
Mm.
they don't get it. The athletes and the involvement of them and bringing them into this fact. They don't get it. And or if they, you know, and it's not anything against them. They just haven't, it hasn't been there in the past. So it hasn't been something that they've been, you know, like accustomed to. So, you know, it was definitely cool to get into the space and to show, you know, if there was anybody that, you know, not haters per se, but people that don't get it. Look, you see how these girls were now, like they ate it up, no crumbs. You know, the way that they even just like carried themselves in public, like it was just unbelievable. Not that that is even something that would ever be in question, but like they just handled themselves like they were stars, you know? And I think that so many people, when they saw them, they were so taken back and they looked like they looked famous. They looked like the stars that they were. I don't know how to explain it, but the energy.
No, that's real.
That's so real.
And it was like,
I remember you guys pulled up Friday, because you pulled up after I got there, and I was talking to like the people around me. Like people were like, "Damn, who is that?" When you guys walked
they're like
in.
6'2" bombshells, like with body, and like are gonna kill this outfit, and then they have dope personalities, and they're gonna sit there and talk to you about ball, and like, you know, like it's like what don't you love about that, you know? And so like I said, it's like, you know, no shade or nothing like that, but I think it was good for the fashion space to like see this too, because I think there might have been a little bit of haters. I think there might have been a few people that were just like and snubbed their nose at it a little bit. So, you know, hopefully they were able to like see how this went, and I'm excited for all this content to come out. So, the girls and everybody can be more accepted in this space, you know, in the years to come.
Yeah, we need more W players walking the runway at the shows.
What? Jim Jones, he was like, I didn't know y'all were WNBA players. I thought y'all were models. Oh. He had no clue. No. He had no clue. He picked Izzy up, was like, I want you in my music video because you're bomb. He had no clue she was a baller. No clue. Until we got up there and I was like, they're hoopers. Like, and he was like, what? And I was like, yes. Like, what? Like, they're hoopers, you know? So it was just, you know, I think it's more going to come. I think, especially with this younger generation that we have, like, oh my God, think about like the Cameron Branks and the Kaylee Van Liths and those young girls that are just like so into it. And so, you know, they kind of grew up with that media in their face and they're really good at it. I think it's going to continue to get better and better, you know?
Yeah. You know who would eat on the runway? Angel Reese. She would eat. At Fashion Week.
Oh my God. Like literally absolutely. Like I can't wait like this. And you know, our WNBA girls too. Like I'm thinking about Ray and I'm thinking about, you know, they're all Dee. They're, oh my God, they eat. They would eat it all up. You know, even like in a retail, like I would love to, or like a Diamond Distilled. Like I would love to see them. And you know, that's like where I'm seeing this at. You know, I would love to see that like in the near future. But now like these younger girls for sure, like they're gonna, you know, take it and run. I think this is the future. And I think that this is, you know, sports and fashion have to kind of like get accustomed to one another and, you know, because this is here and it's gonna stay. And if you don't like it, tough shit.
Period.
As Vanessa Bryant would say.
Get on the bus.
Oh, Sydney, you're preaching on the show. No, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. But so, yeah, to wrap it up, it was just like such a great weekend. Like 10 out of 10, like love to the WNBA, like shout out Tish, like she just, you know, this was new for the WNBA as well. So they're just like, what? And they really let me, like Kirsten and I, like take the reins. Like it was crazy. I was like, okay, like, all right, we have the girls, like, you know, we had full everything and they trusted us, you know, to just handle everything and to carry this load and get the girls from place to place and make sure we get this content. And, you know, like shout out to them because this is new too for them. So like, I just like have the most respect and love for Tish because, you know, she just like really is like innovative and like wants to do like super fly stuff. So like big love to her. Like she knows how I feel about her. And then like, obviously Kirsten, like she was my partner with everything with this, you know? So it's like, I couldn't have done this without her. Like just all these relationships with the brands and stuff like that. Like it was just so helpful. And I just, like 10 out of 10, I couldn't, literally could not like thank, you know, everybody enough. Like we had even brands like Martine Ali with the jewelry. We had Daily Paper letting us pull a few Daily Paper let us pull a few dresses. John from BLKPR, Kaylee PR let me borrow a few pieces from LA when I was leaving that shoot in LA. So it was just like there were so many people that like kind of like came together and like helped this out and like made this happen. So it's just like all love, and I'm just, you know, excited and, you know, just, you know, to see where we could take this for sure.
Yeah, that's so fire. Speaking of W, obviously the draft is coming up, new season. Sid, you're at the forefront of so many tunnel looks. What can we expect this year? Give us a few little, secrets. Like, what can we expect?
This year we're gonna come a little different. I can't lie. The first year, like bigger, better. This is coming into my third season now. And first season was just like I had no clue what I was doing. We just got out. We were lit, whatever, cool. It was great. And then like second year, it's like, okay, now I got a bunch of clients. Like, how can I figure out how I want to work through this process? Now it's like, all right, I have the help that I need. Like I have all the clients that like I want. Like all the clients that I have now, I like love them. I have like such amazing relationships with all of them. There's a process and a method to how I do things now, which I feel like I never had prior. And it's just like, you can't really like know how to do things and like get your method down until you just, figure it out. Which, I feel like I did. This year is going to be big. I'm like really excited, especially like, for example, like Ray last year, like we didn't even plan any of Ray's looks last year. Like when I tell you, like she was first.
Really?
Girl, what? Like everything was like so last. Ray didn't even like LA was fucking with Ray last year. They cut her at the beginning of the season, and then they kept putting her on like 10-day contracts. So we like never knew when we were like planning things. Like we just never got on a schedule. So like everything with Ray was random. Like Ray is unbelievable. She was like, she would be like pulling up to like place. I'd be like, hey girl, like pull up on this designer in LA, like in Studio City, and like go. And she would like pull up for me and stuff. Like it was like such a team effort, and it's not going to be like that for her this year. But like, so, I'm thinking about Ray, I'm thinking about Jewel, Chelsea Gray, Avery. Like I'm trying to get one of these young girls, like a Cam Brink or a Haley Van Lith.
Yes.
Dee Dee's coming back. She's with DC. Like Izzy's not hurt this year. Like we have heavy hitters. I'm gonna like definitely like plan ahead of time. With the Olympic year coming up, it's like, all right, how can we get these looks done, settled, locked in prior to the season, but like being like very intentional with each girl and like what their image is, what their vibe is, their aesthetic, because like at the end of the day, they're doing this to be fly and they're doing this to, blah, 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 whatever. But like, you're really doing this to like get marketing deals. You're really doing this to set the tone in terms of like your image and things like that. And that's kind of where I want to take this, be intentional with the brands. Like, at first we were just putting everybody in pretty little thing and like, just this like stuff that we can get our hands on cheap, like that, to be honest, like that's what it was at the beginning. And now it's like, nah, like we have the relationship with these brands. We have the relationships with these PR houses. We could put each player not only in like pieces, but brands that like match the aesthetic and go with who they are. So I think everything this year is just going to be super, super intentional, planned out. Looks are going to be finished. Like it's going to be the same but different. Like it's going to be just like taking up a notch this year, and I'm excited to take it there.
I'm so hyped. So hyped. Every time I see a look by Sid, I'm like, oh, my girl.
No, I appreciate that. And like I like literally like love to my girls because they know I'm batshit crazy and they like
in a good way.
Yeah, like they let me go, and they're they know that I they trust me. That's like the biggest thing is that they trust me and stuff. So I think that's like a huge part of it is just if your clients do trust you enough to put you in whatever look it might be, so yeah, like I think it's gonna be a good year. I'm really excited. I'm excited just to like after this month is over, like I'm really gonna like flip the page and start like
lock in
the season. Yeah, because there's a lot of them, there's a lot of games, there's a lot of brands, so it's like let's just get ahead on it. And you can never you never fail when you plan correctly.
Yeah, that's so fire.
We are so geeked for you, and we definitely need to get you back on the pod once like the WNBA season's like in full swing and see, exactly catch up on like everything you've cooked up. So, thank you so much for tapping in today.
Love y'all. I, Sway, Ian, y'all my people. Like much love always. I'm always gonna come on the pod anytime you guys ask. It's all love for me. And yeah, like when season comes and we start getting some like these little fits off, we'll definitely tap back in and chat a little.